Welcome back to the farm.
Welcome back to the farm.
So what's been going on? Well, as always, a lot.
It absolutely has. So to start this episode off, we wanted to just give you a quick rundown of some of the projects that have been ongoing but haven't concluded, and bits and pieces that are just sort of running around or bumbling along, shall we say, in the background.
Yeah. The biggest one, of course, being the water. So many of you asked us last week, what is going on with the water? If you're new here, you might not know, but our spring on our farm dried up after the very hot and dry summer that we've just had in northern Portugal for the first time ever. So we've been trying to think of a solution to get water back onto the farm, and one of the things that we're exploring is getting a connection to the mains, just as a backup for when our well and our spring are not flowing. The update is we're still waiting to have the permission that we need from the municipality to be passed through in order to be able to get the process started. So we're still waiting.
These things take time, I think, not just in Portugal, but all over the world. They're things that you can't just push through. It takes time. So in the meantime, João has run a hose pipe from his well all the way across three fields, over 200 meters. That's around about 250 yards to our water tank.
Filling up water for us about once a week at the moment, so that we've at least got water in the houses, and thankfully it hasn't stopped raining, so we don't need any water for the farm.
Yeah, exactly. So lots going on. That's one of the updates. Another update.
The other update is we are still living in the Airbnb. We haven't moved back onto the farm full time just yet.
Yeah. I stay here some nights.
Yeah, John's been sleeping over on the farm most nights, really, because he's working until about 11 o'clock at night trying to get everything done. So it's been full on. You know, I'm kind of solo parenting and John is solo building, and it's hard. So yeah. Anyway, we're doing great. We're fine. And we just wanted to say thank you to those of you that check in and tune in every week. It means the world to us. And if you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button, click on the little bell so that you get notifications every time we post a new video, and join us for the journey.
Yeah, because it's an epic journey. It's an epic journey.
And we're having fun.
We're having a great time.
Yeah.
So on with the show.
On with the show. This is what we've been up to. Bye.
Crusoe.
Good boy. If you tune in every week, you may have a moment of deja vu as this video starts. We've included a little bit of the story of the sink in this house last week, which is now completed, but don't get confused. If you haven't seen this video before, it is new. Yeah,
it just makes sense in the terms of telling the story, that was all.
Exactly.
Great. This tap in this kitchen doesn't work. So the plan is today to try and get that tap to work. Once that works, we'll have a fully functioning kitchen. Although not quite as nice as the one we've got planned in the building next door, will serve the purpose whilst we're trying to get the other house prepared and ready to live in. Everything's in place. We just need a kitchen sink to work. All right. As everybody knows, I am not very good at plumbing, and because of that, I don't like it very much.
I still feel like I just want to set flames to this kitchen. It's horrible.
I think it's quite retro. I quite like it, but
it smells retro.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Hey, Crusoe, what you up to? You got an apple? Hey, Crusoe, what you up to? Have you come to help? What do you reckon, buddy? You think we'll be able to fix it? Yeah, he says. That's good. Little newbie with his optimism. Love it. What's that? Careful. Is that for me? You have it. Not even fixing that. Have you done it? Can I have it now? Thank you. Well done. High five, buddy. Okay, got everything I need, I think, anyway. First job is to put these back in the wall. Once those are back in the wall, I can turn the water back on, give everything a bit of a clean, and then we can start thinking about fitting a tap to the old sink and then seeing where the water comes out of it. Uh-oh. Okay, new tap, new everything there. We just got to connect it back up again. Hope it all works. Yuck.
How's it going? Oh, this looks exciting.
Done it.
Have you?
Yeah, we got water.
Yes. Oh my god, that's so exciting.
Check this.
Can I turn it on?
Yeah, turn it on.
Look at all that pressure. That's so cool, love. That's proper pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think we better get back to the Airbnb and start packing and call it a day. What do you think?
Absolutely, yeah. Tomorrow is a very, very busy day.
Yep.
I've got a kitchen to build.
I can tell you all about a kitchen.
Yeah, stay tuned for that one.
Very cold and misty morning this morning, and we've just arrived at the farm. Although we're not staying here, we are getting here really early in the morning because we have so much to be getting on with. So anyway, it's good to be back. First things first, AG1.
Love it. One of the things I'm really looking forward to is getting back into a routine. It's really tough when you've got things all over the place to keep that routine. But one of the things that we've never, ever dropped out of is AG1. And it's such an important, vital part to our everyday. Since I've been doing AG1, I'm feeling healthier, fitter, definitely feeling a little bit more, well within myself. AG1 by Athletic Greens is an all-in-one nutritional supplement with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. And it tastes pretty good. This time of year, with the weather turning and it getting a little bit chillier, AG1 helps us to ensure that our gut health, our immunity, and our overall well-being are being supported as best they can.
Crusoe!
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It basically does almost everything except for babysit a toddler, which, Crusoe, can anybody hear it? So there you are. What have you been doing? Anyway, AG1 by Athletic Greens. Thanks so much, Athletic Greens, for helping at least take care of one part of my very busy, quite stressful day. Crusoe, come on, we got work to do.
So, while John and Crusoe head off to work, and before I go and get dressed for the day, I wanted to tell you about the best bit. If you click on the link in our description below and order your very own AG1 by Athletic Greens, you will get 5 free travel sachets with your order. And let me tell you, these things are super handy. They've absolutely saved us in the last few weeks while we've been moving around, staying in different places. You'll also get a year's supply of vitamin D drops, and that is super important, especially at this time of year, to support all of our immune systems. Thank you, Athletic Greens, for being there for us, for sponsoring this video, and we hope you guys love it as much as we do. Now it's time to get on with the day. I hear there's lots of rain forecast. So while John is busy, I'm going to make use of the small kitchen and my new running tap to cook us some lunch. So many of you comment asking us to share what we're eating and where I get my recipes. And to be completely honest, most of my recipes are from my absolute food hero, Deliciously Ella. Her recipe books are amazing, and anything that I try of hers is just incredible. So if you don't already, do check it out. This is in no way sponsored. It's just purely like a huge part of our lives is Deliciously Ella's recipes and food. Yesterday, John and Crusoe found some delicious parasol mushrooms on the farm, and I thought I'd use them today to make a walnut and mushroom ragu for lunch. It's a really rainy, drippy day, and I thought it'd be nice to sit down to something nice and warming and comforting. So that's my plan, and hopefully I can get it done before the kids wake up, because they're both fast asleep. These onions were a gift from Joao's family, and it's just so nice to be able to think that these onions came from next door. They were grown locally by our friends, now hanging in our garage, and one day we'll have our own onions hanging on these poles too. But for now, thanks guys for the onions. Oh, that rain's really coming down now. So, as I say, what I'm making is a nice walnut and mushroom ragu. I've got my amazing parasol mushrooms foraged from the farm. Some yummy walnuts. It's really cool. What I love about these recipes is that they are all plant-based. Walnuts are a great source of omega-3s. There's so much like goodness, and coupled with our morning routine with athletic greens, tell you what, we're feeling pretty well, aren't we, love?
Gonna live forever, darling.
We're gonna live forever. But we really find that when we're eating like this, we feel so much better. I mean, I'm not just saying that, we really do. Like, we have so much more energy, we feel more awake. We do eat meat every now and then when we go out, or if we go to like friends' houses or something and they've cooked for us. But it really is, I don't even think we eat meat once every 3 months, if that.
Yeah, something. Fish we eat quite regularly.
Yeah, fish we'll eat regularly. But you know, that kind of works for us. We don't think that any of this stuff should be necessarily completely prescriptive.
I think the sky is falling in currently.
Sounds like it, doesn't it? So next is chopping up some onion and garlic and some celery. Weirdly, Crusoe loves celery. He likes to snack on it. Fine. I like celery, but I don't think it's something that like most kids would enjoy. Tell you what, although we haven't officially moved back on full time, I am so enjoying being back on the farm. Just coming and spending the days here, even though it is raining. There was a moment when we got here and it was like pouring with rain and the house wasn't nice and whatever, but I suppose it was because of the building site. But I've been trying to like think about how we really try and live by that whole, it's okay to be uncomfortable because that's when magic happens. And I've sort of been analysing why we went to Airbnb, because we were going to be uncomfortable at the farm, but really it was because the farm was a bit of a building site. So we couldn't have the kids here. But although we don't have like proper water in our tank yet, we're still getting it from the neighbours, and the kitchen's not quite ready and we're having to cook in this little kitchen. It's okay, because it's just nice to be here for the days. Crusoe can run around and help John on the farm. We can start introducing Sawyer to the way of life which we want them to have, which is to be outside as much as possible. So he can have his naps outside, all wrapped up nice and warm, and it just feels so much better for all of us, and I'm so excited for that to become a full-time thing again. Really, hopefully, by the end of the week, we'll be back home. Can't wait.
Do you know what's nice about that sun is that it's come, straight after a bit of a storm there. And because it's still quite warm here in Portugal, it's like 17, 18 degrees centigrade, it feels like summer, but there's no leaves on the trees. Okay, I've got to go back inside.
while I'm in this cupboard, I'm going to get out our very own oregano, which we picked off the farm last summer. It went all the way to the UK with us and came all the way back with it.
Does it still smell as strong?
It does, yeah. Oh man, you just couldn't beat it. It's amazing. Finally time to cut these bad boys. It's quite an interesting mushroom actually. I'm interested to see how it does in this ragu because it's almost a slimy mushroom, wouldn't you say, Deb?
Yeah, I mean it tastes lovely.
It's delicious. But I don't know.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Like free stuff.
We like free stuff. I don't think my pan's big enough. So I absolutely love cooking, and it's one of the things that I really miss in that first bit of like the newborn phase when you just haven't got any time. And even now, Sawyer's 8 weeks old, and I feel really like panicked when I'm cooking. Like I've got to really rush because as soon as he wakes up, he's going to want to feed, and then that basically means everything stops until he's kind of settled down again. Crusoe's so much easier now, obviously, a little bit older. But I really, really love cooking, and so it's just nice to kind of, it's like my time, isn't it? When I can just, I don't know, do my thing. Have fun. Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Dinner.
Come on, Crusoe. Lunchtime.
Lunchtime, buddy.
Smells really great.
Doesn't it look great? I just love that it's made with those mushrooms. So, in there, onions from Joao,
Yeah,
mushrooms from the farm,
yeah,
and oregano from the farm.
yeah. That is very good.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is, considering we haven't really tried to grow anything yet.
No, yeah, that's just stuff that's here, isn't it? Apart from obviously Joao's plants.
So, next project is going to be in the other house just over there, which we've been renovating. In previous episodes, you'll have seen us knock down walls and put up plasterboard, insulate the walls, knock out an oven, all sorts. Right now, the next project is going to be to build a kitchen. Now, Tara and I talked about this quite a lot, and we had a couple of choices. So the first option was to go to a kitchen shop and buy a kitchen ready off the shelf, either in boxes or one that's prefabbed and ready to go in. Often that'll cost thousands, if not tens of thousands of euros. So we've been to the sawmill instead.
Now, I'm very grateful I married a man who can build a beautiful kitchen.
Yeah, we've spent 500 euros on wood.
And that's it? Well, it's not it. Appliances obviously on top of that, but for like a beautiful bespoke kitchen, that is incredible.
She says beautiful bespoke, but it's not actually built yet. It might be crooked and
well,
broken.
I know you, darling. You built us a beautiful van in our kitchen in our van. I think you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that's the next project. Eat lunch over that way. Great. That sun didn't last very long.
No, it didn't. And that's why we've been staying at the Airbnb, because the only place we have to take refuge from all of this is in here.
So I've got a little bit carried away with the old time lapse there and haven't really been filming very much of this kitchen build, but so far I think it's going pretty well. We've got a cabinet here that's going to be a double door. Next to that, they're going to be drawers. That's going to be a really, really tricky build once it's done, once I get started. And then next to that, this fancy looking box here, that's going to be where the sink is. We're looking for a farmhouse style Belfast kind of sink to go there, right underneath the window. At the moment, I'm building a unit that will have drawers across the top and underneath the cupboard. Now, this will be over here where the cooker's going to go. Of course, I've already built the hole for the oven in that unit there. And then eventually we'll put a fridge in this corner. So it'll be kind of a whole area of kitchen all the way around right here. And hopefully that will lend itself to being a really beautiful room with the sofa area. Let me show you the sofa area and lounge area over here. Now, let me ask you this. How many people put a sofa in their kitchen? Yeah, not many. In the place that we stay in the UK, we have a sofa in our kitchen. And the reason for that is we've got 2 kids. Tara loves to cook, absolutely loves to cook. So having a big kitchen, a big busy kitchen is really important to her. And I like to spend time with Tara. So, we could put a dining room table over there. There's plenty of space instead of a lounge area, and wait for the lounge area to come when we renovate that other building that's just outside there. The point is, I like to spend time with Tara. The boys like to spend time with Tara. I could sit at a kitchen table on a nice hard chair and have a chit chat while she's cooking away. Or I could put a sofa in the corner over there, sit down with the boys, read a book with them, and just have a really comfortable time rather than being at a kitchen table. Of course, we want a kitchen table in here too, or we want a kitchen table somewhere. Most likely though, guys, I think it's going to be outside, just outside the front door there. Why wouldn't you? We're in Portugal. The eventual plan would be to build a covered area here between the 2 buildings. So even if it did rain, because it's not cold when it's raining, it's winter time right now and it's still mild. It's not cold. So we could very easily have a nice covered area here. We put some fancy tiles down on the floor, renovate this building, put big glass doors there into a lounge. And then suddenly what we've got is an extended outside kitchen area that lends itself to this building here, and everything starts to suddenly join up and become part of one big house or one big space.
My goodness, love. Look at this.
It's all right, isn't it? What do you think?
Bloody hell.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. Are you pleased?
Yeah, I think, it's all right.
God, that's so cool. And you got to use your quilly bits.
Yeah. It's going to be, proof will be in the pudding when the appliances come. And I start putting the doors on.
The dishwasher goes in there, right?
Dishwasher goes in there. I can...
Wow.
Thank you, Chris. Wow. But yeah, the proof will be in the pudding now when I start putting doors in.
Yeah.
And then drawers. No, not that one. That might take a while to get around. So, doors and drawers are always things that take a really long time to build. Anyway, they do for me. I don't know, with these bespoke pieces of furniture, nothing's exactly square. I don't have a machine factory shop, so I'm cutting things by hand, and everything's sort of a little bit higgledy-piggledy. But what we've got, in short, is a couple of cupboard doors here that open and close, which is really all we're looking for, especially when the kitchen isn't going to cost a fortune. Okay, the doors have been made and I've popped them into position. They're looking okay. All I've got to do now is pop some hinges on them. I say all, that's the trickiest bit. And put some filler over the holes where I've put some nails in. And that should be that.
Days on the farm at the moment are all about choosing your moments in between the rain to go out and do stuff. So down on the lawn, we have got these really interesting kind of terraces and rocks. And as you know, if you've been watching our videos, this side of the farm behind me is the orchard and the soon-to-be vegetable garden. There's my start at a compost heap, but going to get stuck into that in coming weeks, so watch this space. And on the other half of the farm is what we've kind of dedicated to half of like leaving it wild and natural and half becoming our family home. So we've created a lawn, we've done a bit of landscaping and built some terraces, and now we're busy uncovering a couple of the rocks around the edge, which is where we're hoping we might build a tree house. We're going to put a picnic bench. We're going to just make it like the hub of the family, and where we're going to kind of spend lots of time when we're outside and not foraging and not like feeding and farming. So it's quite cool because naturally this farm's split itself in half, which we didn't really plan. It's just kind of happened that way. So Crusoe and I are going to head down now because Joao's been so busy over the weekends helping us out with clearing out some of the areas around the edge of the lawn. So while there's a break in the rain, for as long as it lasts, I just want to quickly go and show you because it's really, really cool. No apples now. Oh, did you find a little apple? Let's see. It's not the time for apples on the tree, is it, buddy? Should we go down and see what Joao's been doing? Wow! Here's what's left of the olive tree. And would you have a look at that? So all of that bit has just been cleared a little bit so that we can see what we've got. And this terrace opened up so that we can start getting ready to prune the grapes in the coming weeks. And it's all just looking so cool. So the plan is that this will become something quite special. That's good news, buddy. Is that your digger? What you got, bud? What are you digging for? Bamboo? Good boy. Did you get it? Did you get the bamboo? things I love the most about this area is imagining our boys in years to come climbing and playing on these rocks. It's just going to be such a fun place for them to grow up. The view from up here is also really, really beautiful. So let me take you up and show you, because it is very special. And this is kind of the boundary of the land. So our whole boundary is marked by these old, big, mossy rocks, which we just love. And check out this view behind me. So what's the plan? Well, I'm thinking picnic bench up here so that we can sit up and have lunch and stuff underneath the shade of these lovely pines and enjoy the view. This is the terrace which is going to go to grapes, or like where the grapes are going to get hopefully looked after and revived. John thinks maybe tree house up here. There's the lawn, there's the house, and it's just going to be, I mean, it's like a little fairy tale garden up here with the moss. And actually, I learned the other day that these are called Pixie's belly buttons, I think. These little things, Pixie's belly buttons. You can eat them. They taste a little bit like watercress or rocket. Yum, yum. Something else I'd love to hear all your thoughts on is, I think if you've watched us for a while, you'll know that I'm always torn between, do we cut the tree, don't we cut the tree? Do we clear the land, don't we clear the land? Do we get the tractor in until, or don't we? It's a constant dilemma because part of me just wants to leave this exactly as it is and just let nature do its thing and not disturb anything. But the other part of me really wants to farm this farm and make use of it and make a beautiful family home. So I'm constantly in this mega dilemma. The other dilemma is I really, really want to study permaculture, but I have 2 children at the moment who are under the age of 2 and very little time to spend doing things like learning. So I haven't had a chance to learn everything that we need to know about permaculture before we start on projects. And I have a feeling if anybody who knows anything about permaculture was to see what we've done here, would not be happy with us. I get it. We shouldn't have cleared, from a permaculture standpoint, you probably shouldn't clear this lovely layer of soil off of this rock and expose it. But I wonder if there is a space and room in this world for balance. And we had this discussion when we first laid the lawn. Can we balance the farm? Can we balance it by having wild areas down the bottom here and at the top? By farming carefully, by using no-dig techniques, by applying permaculture theories and practices to every part of the farm, but maybe not this one, where we're going to make it into something of a garden with beautiful flowers, with a lawn, with some exposed rocks that were previously covered in soil. Can we balance it out? Do they cancel each other out? Can we be forgiven? Will we be able to call ourselves a sustainable homestead? They're all questions that run through my head constantly. I think the answer is yes, which is why we make the decisions that we do. I'd be interested to hear what you think though, so please leave your comments below, let me know. Be kind, will you? Because we're just learning and we're trying and we're just trying to make a place that's happy. And on that front, we're definitely winning. Well, there you go, that's a wrap. That's what we've been up to this week. Thanks for being here.
Thanks very much for being here. Please do remember, always like, subscribe if you've enjoyed the video or you've got some advice for us, you've got some comments, you've got some thoughts, you just want to say hello, leave us a comment below. We get back to almost everybody as much as we possibly can. Yeah. We love hearing from you and we love communicating with you. So please do leave us a comment. In the meantime, we're building up to Christmas. Next week, we are
moving back onto the farm with any luck.
Boom.
John will be continuing with that room and the kitchen.
Yep.
Which is very nearly done.
It is.
Super exciting. We've got so many things we need to get done because in a couple of weeks we get on a plane and fly back to Zimbabwe to see my family for Christmas.
Yeah, that's going to be a really fun one, guys, because we're going to take you around the town that Tara grew up in.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be something different, but Before we go, we have to get fruit trees in the ground. We've got to get a field ready for some springtime planting.
Quite right.
We have got to press some olives that we picked off our olive tree. We've also got to see whether or not we did make the last of the summer wine.
Yeah, yes! So wine and olives to come.
Yeah.
Yum,
So,
yum. Two of my favourite things.
Don't forget, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications, like, comment, and we'll see you next week.
Ding-a-ling-ling.
Thanks, folks. Bye!
See you next week. Well done, Crusoe.